Hello governors, size the 23rd year. Today's video is gonna be about ARC preparation. Yes, the ARC is in just 3 more days for registration, and I'm gonna do something very important so that you guys could be well prepared for the ARC. Some things that I do just before the ARC, like it's always best to have Discord voice chat because inside the ARC time matters a lot and your response time from the voice is better. And if you are full in ARC, it's better you have a separate voice channel for the top team and the bottom team. And people who do the ARC knows what is top team and bottom team. The two obelisk is divided as a top team and bottom team. Now many people have color codes for this. They say red team and the blue team. Well, I would like to suggest you call it as top and bottom to avoid confusion, because when you have the mobile in your hand, you can see your side of obelisk as only as top and bottom, so it's better to use that convention. So just before the ARC, say 30-45 minutes before the ARC, discuss the strategies with your members once so that you well understand what they want to do, and then correct accordingly. Have the patience. Do ask a lot of questions. Every detail matters, because the plan, if it's going to be very intricate, then the details does matter a lot. So please be patient in explaining. The officers most probably will be very patient in explaining you things, and you should also ask for each and every detail, because winning or losing means 5 gold sculptures, and we know how much we do a lot of stuff to get those 5 sculptures during other events. So this is just a 1-hour event, and throw away your speed ups. Don't bother about the speed ups, because the 5 gold sculptures for winning is well worth it. Even if you lose, you get 5 gold sculptures. 30 or 40 minutes into the game, you very well know how good you are in performing. Then you might decide to spend more healing speed ups or lesser speed ups. Now to the next matter in this, always before the ARC, say 30 or 40 minutes before the ARC, 45 minutes at least before the ARC, you set your troops. Okay, now if you have troops like say 1,000,000 troops, now I have like 1.3 million, approximately 1.3 million T5 troops. So 1.5 million can fill up 5 marches exactly. No, it can fill more than 5 marches. So if I use a boost, say expansion boost, I'm gonna do 25% expansion. So this 1.3 million troops, 1 million will go to 1.25. So I do have enough T5s to use the expansion and fill all the troops. So that's what I wanted to say. If you have enough troops to fill all the 5 marches, yes, go ahead and use the expansion. It is well deciding between using whether you have to use the attack boost or defense boost. What I used to suggest was, after you have to do this after you enter the ARC before the gate opens. Yes, you can do that even inside the ARC before the gate opens, or even after the gate opens, you could do that. There's nothing wrong in it. Now before the gate opens, when you look at your enemies, you just look at their power. Okay, now if their power, most of the players, or power of most of the players are below or equal to you, you can use your attack boost. That's what I used to suggest. And if the players are more power than you, it's better to use the defense boost, because you will survive a lot more with your defense boost than the attack boost. If you connect to the next thing, most important thing that I wanted to say is arranging your troops. So once you have decided to use your expansion, after that you have to come here and then set your troops. Now Lilith have upgraded the troop section with 3 different colors. We have the blue slots, and then if you scroll down, the red slots, and then we have the orange slots below it. So how do I use these slots is, like, the blue slots, I use it for hunting barbarians, the first, second and third. I use the first 3 slots with commanders that give the most XP. And then when it comes to the red slot, this is the combination I have been saving for Siroli for helping others out. So when it comes to ARC, I use this to decide. I decide first on which commanders I'm going to use for the ARC. The first slot, most probably I'll be saving it for infantry, and say if I'm going to use infantry for garrisoning. So I'll use the best garrisoning commander in the first slot, infantry combination in the first slot, and the second slot with cavalry, best combination of cavalry for say rally or open field, and then the third I would use for say the archers. You get the idea, like during the week of the arc, which commanders you want to use, you set them in these troops slots so that you could simply press the slot and then send the troops out instead of deciding at the moment. Every time in the moment it's very difficult to choose the commanders. It's a very panicking situation. We are running out of time, so it's always better to save the commanders combination and the troops in these slots in the order as infantry first, cavalry second, and the archers in the third slot, and the fourth slot the mixed troop, and the fifth slot you might prefer doing whatever you want to do. So use this red slot is for doing open field or for rally and for becoming the captain in a structure. So these are the main commanders which you will be preferring to do open field with which you want to start a rally with which you want to become a captain in a structure. So these are the red slots commanders are the main commanders that you would prefer to use as first. And when it comes to the orange slots, do not use these commanders because they are going to be for reinforcing the structure. Now what you should do is always call your troop outside so that you don't double account your troops, because when you double account meaning like if you have. So what is double accounting is, I'll show you now. Like now say for example here I got only 530k infantry troops, and what I do is without calling the troops out, I'm gonna arrange my slots. Say with the first slot with Charles Martel and Constantine I got 210k troops. In the second slot I got Alexander with Mehmet with another 214k troops, and the third slot I saved it with Richard and Sanzo and 200k slots. Now what would happen is if I call the troops, if I call when I'm in the battle, in the Ark battle, and I'm using these slots for quick access, right? These are the commanders that's going to best perform in the field or for rally or for being the captain in a structure. So when I call these commanders are for the battles, when I say call the first slot and the second slot to perform in the battles in the arc, and when I call these two troops out, and if I want to call the third troop out, now let me bring this back to show you. Now if I want to bring the third troop out by simply calling it out this way, that I would have only 106k troops instead of the full troops. So that's what I call it as double accounting. So now whenever you set these slots, it's better to always set it by calling them out one by one. So what you do is every time you just pull your troops out by pressing this, call them out. You don't have to waste your AP by attacking a barbarian. Now you call this out this way, and then you all know how many troops are left in your city and how could you account it for. Now if you try to save the third slot with infantry at this stage, you would already know that you don't have the enough troops to fill it with infantry. So now you could choose to alter the combination in the first and second slot, or prefer to do something else with the third slot, say go for cavalry combination or something. So that's what I wanted to say here. If you are below the average power of your enemy, never go for open field, and that's what we are going to talk about next. The next orange slots is for mainly that. Even if you do like open field, or if you're a rally leader, or if you're a garrison leader, you might have to send troops to reinforce, send troops to join your rallies. And if you're a reinforcers are those who are not the rally leaders or the garrison leaders. So this orange slot I use it for that. And here what I do is I use all level 60 commanders here, so that I send maximum number of troops, and most probably the ones that boost the march speed. So I use Lohar with Alexander, but I won't use any commander that I'm going to use in my red slot. So why? Because is that when I want to call a, if I'm joining a rally or a reinforcer with a commander, that commander won't be available in my city to do the rally or to defend the garrison. So I should always choose a commander that I'm not going to use in my red slots here, and the ones with level 60 force. Now Lohar will add a lot of march speed, and then with him maybe I could use CPU so that I could add some more troops inside and then send CPU and then save it in the first slot. So the first slot on the orange is for reinforcing your rally or for reinforcing the garrison with infantry. Now the second troop I would save it for say, of course, it's going to be Cow with the troop expansion like Osman, who would expand the slots. If you got Julius Caesar or Frederick up, you could use him a second to carry more troops. And here, so now for this one, I'm gonna go for Kusunoki, or who has got the mass speed bonus. Kusunoki, you could actually see here the skills and then decide also. I used to before go inside the commander and look at the commander who has got the skills that I need. So now he doesn't have any skill, but in Kusunoki I've got some march speed inside the talent tree, so I would like to use Kusunoki. And these commanders, if they are being swarmed while returning back, they should be good enough, though Lohar is not a good choice for that. But for march speed, if Lohar is getting hit, you could jump into structures and escape and sort of those things, if at all you want to. Don't fight with Lohar inside Ark. Now here I'm gonna use another expansion. What choice I've got is I'm gonna use Sarka. Yeah, Sarka has got an expansion in her, and I'm gonna throw all the archers in it. And so Kusunoki is providing the level 60 and some march speed from his talents, and Sarka is giving us the troop expansion. Now I have said so in voice that instead of saying archers to my rally please, or cavalry to my rally please, people could say slot 1 to my rally please, slot 2 to my to the structure please, or something like that. It's more easier. Slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. The slot 1 is infantry, slot 2 is cavalry, and the slot 3 is archers. And maybe you could use the 4th and 5th march, 4th march for say mixed troop, for say if Aethelflaed is going to launch a rally and you want to you want to join it, you could use maybe say Boudica or someone. And then second for expansion, say if you got Julius Caesar, or I think Centurion too has got some expansion, I remember. Yeah, these guys are not just for garrison, they could help you this way. Yes, he has got an expansion, so 5% expansion, not a big thing, but it might help you. So here, let's go and do something here about this. Yeah, here. So this is what I do. And the 5th slot on the orange, what you could do is in the start of the game, after the gate opens, the one who captures the structure first matters a lot. So always have your fast cavalry commanders here. The best cavalry march is Cow as primary, but we have him already on another slot. So if you're gonna use it here in the 5th slot, remember to call him back before you use the 2nd slot in your expansion. Now here you could also use Belisarius with Dragon Lancer, or even Minamoto. Yeah, if you got Minamoto or anyone that boosts the speed up. Just have in mind that what commanders you've got in other slots, what commanders have got out already. Else you would press this, and in the havoc, in the chaos, I always get screwed up with these things. And so here I'm gonna save this. So after the gate opens, I'm going to send this slot 5 from the orange, and then followed by the slot 1, which has my Uzaitan with Richard. Both will be marching to the obelisk, so my T1 will capture the obelisk first, and immediately after he captures, I should not forget to remove him out from that obelisk and send him to an outpost immediately, because this Uzaitan is going to be marching to the same obelisk, and if the Belisarius is not removed from the obelisk, she is going to be standing on the field and stopping me from teleporting later after the obelisk has been owned. So we have to send the Belisarius to the outpost, and then meanwhile she marches inside the obelisk and your officers. And if you're an officer, it's better you need to remember to change the garrison leader, the captain. That's about it in this video. Thanks for watching in full. Hope my videos helps you a lot better more to have a better gaming experience in the Lights of Kingdom game. So please do share and subscribe my videos. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot. Bye bye.